Firebirds getting off the face-off. John Hayden trying to work away from Aroness. Hayden to the front of the cage, just past the stick of Cartier, trying to tap it home. Riker Evans down low, falls down, moves it around, looking for Cartier, intercepted by Hershey. Cleared out to center for Borgstrom. Racing on back is Evans to get back in position as the Bears bring it back onside. Vecchione across for Borgstrom, handles on the backhand. Twisted down in the corner. Evans and Borgstrom battling for possession. Billy Bettman involved as well. Borgstrom in front. Vecchione couldn't settle it down. Puck still available in front of the net. Loose puck, they score. Mike Vecchione has won the Calder Cup for the Hershey Bears. There was a loose puck scramble right in front, and Mike Vecchione buried it. Game 7 goes to Hershey. They have won their 12th Calder Cup in franchise history. And the inaugural season for the Coachella Valley Firebirds comes to a heartbreaking end in Game 7. The Bears celebrate. Gloves and sticks scattered everywhere. As Mike Vecchione is the overtime hero. As the Bears become the first team to win a game on the road all series long. Firebirds surround Joey DeCord, who's been the backbone of this team.
Here's Chris Ryder.
Throughout the entire season.
I remember he played for the Panthers a couple years ago.
Final score tonight, 3-2. The Hershey Bears have won the 2023 Calder Cup. Gino and Grant back at the desk. Guys, obviously a tough defeat for the Coachella Valley Firebirds, but an incredible inaugural season and one fans will never forget.
That's absolutely true, Evan. There's nothing quite like the pain of watching the other team celebrate on your ice, but you couldn't be truer or more correct than when you say this is a season to remember. What a run. Absolutely maximum amount of games that could be played in the postseason were played. The fans filling the arena every night for this playoff run, and it has been.
Not to mention the Kraken made how their runway, beating the Stanley Cup champions in 7, forcing the really good Dallas Stars to a 7th game take-all. It tells you how good our farm system is. Kraken Firebirds got a really good system.
You can't say enough for how much the Firebirds battled this year. You start 22 in a row on the road, and to get to overtime, playing for the Calder Cup. And if you'd have told anybody that at the start of the season, I don't think anybody would have believed you. So, yeah, kudos to the Firebirds and kudos to the Bears. I mean, they battled the whole time, and they didn't give up. They just kept battling, and they're deserving champions.
Yeah, and we had them 2-0. I mean, it wasn't like we didn't have a chance to take this game, but the Bears battled back the way they have throughout the season and all their playoff run as well. And, yeah, it was a bouncing puck.
And that's what happens in overtime, especially late in overtime. When the ice is bad, pucks bounce, and it ends up being a bouncing puck, and one of those breaks that ends up winning a hockey game.
Evan, you know this as well as anybody. Tell us about what will happen now over the next few minutes for the Bears as well as for the Firebirds.
Well, the Firebirds are being absolutely engrossed with love from this fan base. It was an incredible season, and 6 months ago, this journey, or more than that, this journey started with 22 games on the road for the Firebirds. Over a month spent in a hotel in Seattle. This team didn't see its home ice until December the 18th. And this Valley has now found its team, and the team has now found its Valley. And unfortunately, it comes to a tough end in overtime against the Hershey Bears. But this is a team that was built to win and has now become a model franchise in the American Hockey League. From everything from the top to the bottom, the way the team was constructed to the way things are done off the ice and even on the video board and game presentation, everything top-notch for the Coachella Valley Firebirds. And I'm sure plenty of seasons of success to come, but for now, this one stinks.
Yeah, and for those that are new to hockey, especially here in the Coachella Valley, what you're witnessing is one of the great traditions in ice hockey. And that's the series-ending handshake, guys that have been battling their hearts out for, in this case, more than 7 games. And shaking hands, congratulating each other. It's one of the great traditions.
It is. It's about respect. And I think that's the great thing about hockey is, yeah, you battle your opponent. You hate your opponent while you're battling them. But at the end of the day, it's all about respect. And that's the great part about the handshake at the end.
Yeah, Granfier's right. You know, he's been on many ends of the winning handshake line. He's been on a few losing ends as well, too.
Appreciate the respect part of the game as well.
Yeah, and I think Evan's right when he points out that once the pain goes away, and it will in a couple of days, we'll look back on what was without.
Kind of like remember when the Kraken lost in Game 7 Stars at American Airlines Arena. Yeah, it sucked, it stung, but it took about a day or two for it to go away.
I've been around the game 40-some years now professionally, and it's as good a first year as I've seen from any organization where...
Not to mention the second year for the Kraken.
22 games in a row on the road.
So that tells you how good our farm system is.
Our guys started 22 in a row on the road and were successful coming off the road, and they built that into a team that was within one shot of winning the Calder Cup. You can't say enough about that.
Yeah, but I'm sure you can hear it at home. The crowd, though thinning out, they are not leaving by any stretch. And every time one of the Firebirds gestures towards the crowd, they're giving a big round of applause. The love for the team and the effort they put in this season is not missed on our fans. And as you can see, there they are in force, saying thank you to a team that gave their all for 99 games.
Yeah, 99 games is a lot of hockey. And at the same time,
that's more games than the Kraken played.
They built a love for the game of hockey here in the Valley. And
Kraken didn't play in 96 games. You count the two series they played.
if you thought that it would build into this back in December, most people would have said you got no chance. But they've done that. The organization's done that. And it's only going to be upward and onward from here. And this franchise is going to be successful for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I gotta say, it's hard to imagine it would be much louder had we won. I mean, this
I don't think it
crowd.
would be any louder if we'd have won. I mean, I got to give the fans kudos. They've stuck around. They've cheered. They're as good a fan base as I've seen.
Well, let's talk a little about next year. Now, we're getting ready, of course, to present the MVP, and then, of course, the cup will be presented to the Bears, and they'll skate around with it. And it's, you know, it's also awkward for when you're the visiting team and you win in somebody else's ice. Yeah, it's hard to watch as a homer, but also it's got to be less fun for the guys that won on the road.
It'll be a quick spin around the ice. I guarantee you. Then they'll have a big celebration in the locker room, and the real celebration will start on the flight home.
Yeah, and when they get to Hershey, and I'm sure their fan base, which is one of the best in all of hockey, they filled up their 10,000-seat arena every night for their home games as well. And we, of course, congratulate the Hershey Bears.
Yeah, Giant Center
It's
of Hershey,
easy to
Pennsylvania.
watch, frankly, but these two teams just battled, and other than the 3 victories by the Firebirds, all 4
Yeah, I'm sure most hockey fans, if you don't know, the Hershey Bears are the AHL to the Washington Capitals.
And three of the 4 in overtime. That's right.
I mean, there's a lot of... You have to give them kudos. They battled, and it's like the Firebirds did all year long. They battled. And to come within one shot, yeah, it's going to be frustrating. It's going to be heartbreaking. But at the same time, when you sit down a week from now and look back at it, there's a lot of positives to take out of this.
It's something to build on for next year. So, Evan, tell me about what's going to happen coming up next. Now, who decides who the MVP is going to be? When is that decision made? And who do you think it will likely be for the Hershey Bears? Okay, Evan's making his way down to the ice. I apologize for that, so I'll take that question and I'll hand it off to you, Grant.
I'm going to say that it's probably going to be Hunter Shepard. From talking to some of the Hershey people, they said he's kind of been the backbone all year long, and he's been the backbone through the playoffs. So I'm going to guess it'll be Hunter Shepard or it'll be Mike Vecchione. It'll be one of those two.
Well, Vecchione's had the big goals in this game, or in this series, that's for sure. So let me ask you this, though. The MVP, is it for the whole playoff run? Or
the whole playoff run.
Okay,
so I'm going to go, it'll probably be Hunter
What if we
Shepard.
see Hunter Shepard play next season for the Caps? That'd be kind of cool.
Usually it's league brass and media. Or the NHL, I know it's got the media have a vote in it. So I'm not sure in the American League, but I'm going to assume that somebody in the league will have some say.
Right. All right, well, as the Bears continue to celebrate on the ice there, all their executives who flew out for this are on the ice as well as the support staff and enjoying their moment, their 12th Calder Cup win. It's a tough road to get here, and we managed to do it in the first year. The team is built for success, though, in the long run.